Like most Americans don't have $1,000 in emergencies. They don't have $1,000 emergency fund. Now, brother, what I can tell you is I may be poor, but I at least have $1,000. I got a couple thousand, at least for an emergency. So, basically, what I want to talk about. I've been watching a bunch of like these videos of people talking about how they're in credit card debt and whatnot, and it's kind of crazy. Like, when I was like 19 years old, 20 years old, I had put myself into credit card debt, and I think I accrued about like 3 grand, and I got myself out of it, and now I have a good credit score. But dude, it was bad. I think I had like a 400 credit score. It was lit. Yeah, I put myself into. I put myself into like about 3 grand worth of credit card debt. I really only had one big credit card. There was like $1,700 limit. That went over the limit or whatever. Well, I didn't go over the limit. I guess maybe with interest it went over the limit, of course. And then what else was it? I had like another $400 credit from another bank account that I had, and then the other stuff was like unpaid tolls and things like that I had to figure out. But I did put myself into 3 grand of credit card debt. Got into like 490 of like a credit score. I can't remember exactly. It was pretty bad, man. Pretty bad. And I could say it took maybe about like 1 year to pay off those debts because it really wasn't that much. Like 3 grand, like 4 grand, whatever. You could save that. You could pay that in like a year, no problem. I didn't make that much money, but like I was still able to do it. So, anyways, left that side of my life and basically fixed everything within 2 years. I was back into like the 600 credit score range. Now I'm in the 700s, luckily. And after some of the debt falls off, because it's about to be 7 years, like this year, I should be shooting back up to like the excellent section because I'm in the great, to around like the 800 credit scores, hopefully. Uh, we'll see. If not, I'm gonna just keep brick by brick, just one payment at a time. But I don't have any debt. I have my own place. I have 3 cars. And basically don't owe anything to anybody. So it's pretty cool. Whereas like I've been noticing like so many people my age, 26. I'm not even that old. They're getting into like 6 figures worth of debt, and I'm not even talking like a mortgage. Like mortgage is understandable. That's like roof over your head. It is what it is. We live in a messed up economy with a messed up housing crisis. But dude, I'm just talking credit card debt. Like some people go on so many trips that I see on Instagram, like people that in my area that I know from high school, things like that. They take so many trips, they put on such a front that later I find out, yo, they didn't have things figured out. I'm just like, what, dude? Like, it just breaks like my mold of what reality is, because so many people post only the good things. They post their happy relationship and then boom, broken the next thing. I'm like, dude, what the? Why'd you post them? Why'd you post this chick, brother? Why'd you post the HUDs? If that ain't your HUDs, like, what you doing? Anyways, yeah, I've been on like finance YouTube and stuff, watching like Caleb Hammer and like other financial like things. I'm not like into the guru stuff, but I'm into like people getting roasted for having bad finances. I do enjoy that. Jack Morgan, RLP, I love that guy. I be watching all these videos, and these people put themselves into like a hole of like 50, $60,000 of credit card debt, and then it takes them years to have to pay this off. Luckily for me, it was 1 year, and I fixed pretty much everything. But for people, it's just like, why do you have to learn this lesson at 40? Why do you have to learn this lesson in your 30s? Why not just never learn the lesson? But if you're dumb, okay, why not, like, why does it take you 20 years into being an adult to finally figure out, hey, maybe I got some bad habits. I should be paying off my credit card, stop accruing interest, maybe stop getting a car at a 20% interest that you're gonna end up paying double the car by the end of the 7 years that you got it for. It's crazy, man. So that's my story, man, of credit card debt and stuff like that. Like I said, I have 3 cars. They're old cars. Besides the fact, I mean, they're not like fancy, you know. Like I don't have anything extravagant. My place is not extravagant. Like it's just kind of like enough. The cars I have are I guess it's more than enough because I have 3 of them, but, they're enough. I don't have anything fancy. And then everybody my age is buying a six-figure F-250 that then they're upside down like 50 grand in debt for it because it just depreciates like crazy. And just bad financial decisions. Just capping for the gram, posting that they're taking trips when they can't even afford the trip and it's on a credit card and they're financing it in their head. They're thinking like, I'll pay it off over time. Then they never paid off over time. They just went on vacation with money that wasn't theirs. That money ain't yours, brother. Just so, anyways, I watched a couple videos that I want to share with you guys. So let's go with this first video.
Card defaults are at the highest since 2010. The average American has about $6,300 in credit card debt. According to the Financial Times, during the first 9 months of 2024, lenders were forced to write off $46 billion in delinquent credit card balances. The New York Federal Reserve released figures showing that credit card debt in September reached $1.17 trillion, the highest level in Fed data keeping. What do y'all think this means for our economy?
Okay, so this guy's saying the New York Federal Reserve is showing that basically in September of last year, the all-time debt reached 1.17 trillion. That's pretty crazy. And that the average American has about $6,300 in credit card debt, right? So the thing about that is, I don't even know if that's accurate, bro. The thing I'm seeing online is like these people are like an outstanding amounts of credit card debt. The average income is like $50,000, bro. It hasn't changed in like 10 years. I remember all these numbers from when I was doing insurance. I learned all these numbers. I memorized them. Like most Americans don't have $1,000 in emergencies. They don't have $1,000 emergency fund. Now, brother, what I can tell you is I may be poor, but I at least have $1,000. I got a couple of thousand, at least for an emergency. How do you not have $1,000 in credit? Like, not credit card debt, but like in emergency funds? That doesn't even make sense. Like, what if your tires go? Like, tires are like $500 at the cheapest. What are you doing, brother? And then there's this other one, right? So this one's crazy to me. This is crazy to me. So this chick right here is more interesting to me than the average American or whatever.
It's payday and we're paying off a credit card. If you don't know, my husband and I are in $44,282.97 of credit card debt. Yeah, that's a lot. I don't even know where to start right now, honestly. This is a very unique circumstance that we are in. For years, my husband and I worked for the same company. Once you work there for a little while, you are vested and you are a partner in the company. So you have stock in the company, right? Well, I quit that job probably like 3 years ago now. And he just reminded me the other week, like, don't you still have your stock plan at your old job? And it dawned on me and I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Because when you quit, you cannot pull that money out until a full year later after you have left the company. I looked into it and I looked how much was available for me to withdraw, to cash in, whatever. And it was over $7,000. Oh my gosh, I can withdraw this and put this straight towards debt. And that's what we're doing. All of the money was just deposited into my account and that total came out to $5,706.23 after taxes.
What did she put? She put $44,000 in debt, right? And then she says, oh, but my husband reminded me, I got stocks. Let me tell you something. When it comes to debts, you put yourself in the hole over time. If you get miracle money, some kind of large sum, that doesn't change the behavior that got you there in the first place. So if you put a lump sum into your credit, it popped out of nowhere, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna rack it right back up. It happens every time. You see it on Caleb Sandberg's like show, where just people they'll consolidate their debt, they get a large lump sum. Their mom, dude, sometimes their moms and their dads, they literally help them. They give them like 10 grand to pay off their credit card debt. And guess what they do? They blow it, bro, every time. So with this chick taking out her stocks from this company that she worked for and paying off 7 grand, dude, that's 7 grand, bro. if you take that 7 grand, put that back into the market, pay off that credit card over time. It like why would you put that into the credit? It's just gonna get eaten up immediately, and then you don't learn your lesson. She's gonna rack it up. It happens every time. What do I know about finances? All right, I'm like just just a regular age guy here. So yeah. Anyways, this chick then goes on to talking about like doing a budget, but that's like yeah, you should do a budget, but like I have a hard time doing a budget sometimes too. It is what it is, as long as you're not getting yourself into debt. And there's this chick who's talking about her and her husband in 65K worth of credit card debt.
They're $60,000 in debt. In June of 2022, we had a good amount of savings and decided that our home that we've been living in for a couple years just needed some maintenance and some upgrades. You can see behind me, we live in like a very normal house, but there were some things like on the outside where our stucco was falling off, so we needed to have that repaired. We had our house painted, we upgraded our bathroom a little bit, and also decided to pay off my husband's private student loan because the interest is not great. And so we had plenty of savings and we decided to just drain those bad boys. We both had really stable jobs. We would be able to squirrel away some money over time and build back up our savings again. 2 weeks later, unexpectedly, I was laid off from my job. And I'm the breadwinner of our household, so it did not go well. I was unemployed for about 7 months. Thank goodness I had social media to keep us afloat for a little bit, but here's the deal. We had to put a lot of stuff on credit card to be able to keep ourselves afloat. So anything that could go on a credit card went on a credit card. And that allowed my husband's income to pay for our mortgage, our car payments, our daycare, things like that. But everything else went on a credit card. We cut back as much as we could, but there's still a lot of expenses. We finally decided to do a debt consolidation loan, and it's about $65,000. And we're gonna try and pay it off. We did a 5-year loan plan, but we're gonna try and pay it off in the next 2 years if I can finally get that OnlyFans account going. I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna do OnlyFans.
So this one talks about like a number of factors or whatever, where she's saying like, we got this fancy new spot, or we don't got this fancy new spot, but we want to fix some stuff. And I see that a lot in some of the videos where people will be going into a new place that they live in, and they buy like brand new furniture. Bro, when I first moved out and I got my spot, I had my bed. And I think I had like stuff that I moved in from my parents' place, like an old desk I had. Bro, that was it. Bro, I didn't have a couch for like the longest time. The mattress, luckily, it wasn't on the floor. We had like one of those old like movable bed frames, right? But I didn't have a headboard, nothing. I don't even think I think I had pillows, but like they were like shit pillows, bro. Even now, I don't like my pillows, and they're like, whatever. I think most pillows are shit. I don't really like pillows like that. But, different type. Anyways, people put themselves into debt, like buying these new appliances and things like that. Like, they'll rack up the Best Buy credit card. They'll like, it's just, brother, go to the Goodwill. Get the used stove. You may not like it. It may not look nice. At least you ain't gonna be theoretically slaving away at this job, this job. And then this chick goes into like, oh, we consolidated our debt. Okay, same thing as the last chick. Consolidating your debt does not solve the issue. The issue is you spent too much on these cards. It got you here. I understand you're trying to fix it, but consolidating it tends to often not solve the problem. It's like the lump sum of money issue with like people that win the lottery. When you get an easy fix all, guess what you do? You go back to doing the same thing. Why? Because it was too easy for you. But whatever. What do I know? Anyways, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hearing my rant. Don't get yourself into credit card debt. Because then it's hard to get out because it takes so many years. So just put off buying the shirts, buying the pants, buying the clothes. I get it. You want to buy the fancy new things. If there's like an addiction I have, it's like me wanting to impulsively buy something, especially like around this last holiday season. Dude, I impulsively bought this TV. I ain't gonna lie. I did not need this TV, but I wanted this TV. I'm telling you, man, I am not the best with it, but what I can say is I'm not in debt. I have a stable income. I have no credit card debt. I have no mortgage, and I have my own spot. I own this spot. I have no credit card debt, thankfully. I own my own cars, and I'm not financially ruined. I have a decent credit score. That's apparently more than most people, that's why this is insane to me. It's just like, I don't know. Figure it out, brother. Work more hours. Stop spending money. You're okay. If you're my age, you're 26 years old. Cut it out, bro. Grow up. Be a man. Like, what are you doing? Stop overspending. Control yourself. If you can't control yourself now, you're gonna learn this lesson. Eventually, it's gonna catch up to you. You wanna go bankrupt? You're just gonna do it again. You're gonna have to go bankrupt again. I know people in my life that have gone bankrupt like 2 or 3 times, and they're in their 40s. These are my uncles. These are my aunties. Why? Why do you keep doing that to yourself? You own nothing to your name. You're just fooling around in life. Makes me upset. Sick to my stomach. Fun. But anyways, appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I haven't made a video in a while, so hopefully this isn't dog shit. So appreciate y'all. See you guys on the next one. Let's see if I can hit this button.